Hello, everyone, and welcome to another interview on Human. Today, we will be interviewing Travis Horn, a man who has learned how to master the art of balance, who has become recently part of the Guinness Book of World Records and also is known as the Balance Guru. Today, we will be hearing his story here live on Instagram. Thank you for your patience. We will be bringing him on in just a moment. Some announcements for everyone to know is that we'll be returning back with campfire sessions at the end of June.
Is it choppy? Is it you? Is it me? What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, it's nice to have you on.
Dude, the cat just ate all this birthday cake, and look at my cat's lips are red, bro. Come on. Sasha. Sasha, you cannot be eating birthday cake,
Oh
Sasha.
man, this is this is what elevator introduction, huh?
You know,
Um,
I found out that the headphones don't work on this kind of screen, but that's cool, I guess.
yeah, I noticed that the headphones definitely don't work. I used to do them through
That's
Bluetooth, but for some odd
great.
reason it didn't work for me too
Yeah,
much.
no, what they
How's
just
everything with
knew.
you?
That's good, man. Real good, real good. My son's birthday was yesterday, so I just smacked up a little birthday cake, and we're good. We're good. Real good. Real good.
So for those who don't know you, please introduce yourself to the audience.
What's going on, everybody? I am the balance guru. You might have seen me, you might have not seen me, but I'm 12 years into my journey of what they call balance. I'm pretty sure if you're over the age of 35, you didn't grow up with the word balance. Nobody cared about the word balance. There wasn't no balance shampoo. There wasn't no balance cannabis. There wasn't no balance. There wasn't no guru, photo guru, car guru, house guru, all that stuff. It was non-existent,
Mm.
right? So like I'm one of the original, the OGs. I'm 33 now, so I'm a teacher of teachers, I'm a trainer of trainers, and I'm a true humanitarian person, which the humanitarian award is my goal throughout my books. Of course, if you don't see it, I mean, I'm sitting around a room full of my own awards. Of course, my walls are full,
What?
and it's my experience. There are awards to people, but these are my experiences that I believe that we're trying to figure out through life because we didn't all have to be here. So
Amazing.
thank you for tuning in, by the way. I appreciate that. I appreciate you having me on because, I mean, this is what I've realized the message is for me. For me, is to get the message out. I have this message that I wasn't taught. It was just sent to me, and it just feels like somebody's in the back of my head just hitting it with the typewriter, and it just comes out. It just comes out. It's nonstop.
Mm. I love the way you say that because that brings me to another point of the difference between two ideas, right? That I spoke about recently in another interview where I was being interviewed, which was the difference between ideas that you think of and ideas that come to you, and understanding how that takes place within your life, you know? I do have some questions here for you today. I just want to say the first question I know could be a little tough because I start off from the beginning of the person's life. I did go through your voyage interview. That's how I discovered you. And we're not too far apart. Just to let you know a little backstory about myself, I was adopted at the age of 2, separated from my family again at the age of 13. This interview is not about me, though. This is about you. So I just want to say that there is definitely some relation there. I don't know what it was like for me at 2 years old. All right. But we're going to
Yeah.
find out, your outlook on everything today. So how did, how do you think? being taken from your family at 2 years old and put into the foster care system, because I was put into the foster care system actually very late, around my late teens, actually. How did this impact your upbringing?
Honestly, man, I don't look at it. I don't think I look at it that way. I run into people who tell me, I hear this a lot. If you don't take care of your past traumas, you're not able to move forward from it. And I don't
Mm.
believe that, man. That's just not how I live. Like, my brain only goes back as far as I want the data to go in. So, like, yeah, that's there, but I've gone my whole 20s and 30s, and that don't even cross my mind, man. Like, I don't, like, that's like, yeah, that happened, but that's it, bro. Like, that's the end of it. Like, everything's an individual situation, and I don't go back. Like, I've never cried over it. That's just not how just not how I roll, man. Like, and that's the honest answer, man. Like, I do not say I'm doing this because of that, because of that. That's honestly the farthest that goes is I knew I was in foster care from 2 to 6. I got with my dad from 6 to 18, and now I became an adult. I joined the Marine Corps at 18, and I got out at 22. So like I don't believe we have time. I do believe that if you're in tune with the present, you get everything you need from that situation. And if you want to be in that situation, then you stay in that situation. If you don't want to be in that situation, you keep moving. So that was a situation where that was good, man. Like, that's it. Like, that's the end of it. Like, that cool story, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, 8 billion people, right? So like, I don't minimalize it, but I understand it, that it's just a situation, and it's like either I tell myself or I tell somebody else. But if I tell somebody else, now we're going back and forth with stories, and there's 8 billion people. So how far do we want to go with that story? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can go. I'm not saying the story of the interview. I'm talking about like just talking to somebody, just getting the information out. How far do you want to go? What is your end goal after you release that again? How many times you have to? What do you release? And it brings me to this: how many motivational memes do you need to share to be motivated? So how many times you got to go back in the past and dig up either it's good or it's bad to do something different? Like, are you needing that? Like, that's placebo to me. Like, I don't, that's not how I work. If I told myself I was doing this or not doing this because of that, then that's I placebo myself, saying if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be who I am. Why do that? Like, life changes every single second. Like, how can you say you might have did something to somebody or not did something to change their complete life and you didn't even know it? Like, you're a part of somebody's story that wasn't even a piece of that story. That's like, so it's very, I've done quite a bit of interviews, and I've done quite a bit of reflective, like, research. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've talked to people. I'm a therapist, and it's like there's no time for me to sit here and dwell and focus on from 2 to 4 hours, maybe messed up. I mean, that to me, that there is just no time for that, man. Like, so I don't think, the only thing I would think is I'm a dad. I'm a good dad. And low key, that's what came from it. Seeing the system and understanding that there's children hurt, I just never want that for my son. That's it. Like, that's where that came from. That's the lesson. It's like, yo, what the lesson from foster care? I'm a dad. And that's it. Like, that's what came from that. Like, God blessed me to be my own father so I could be a good dad. And my son's on my wall. We got pictures. My son got awards. My son got medals. So that's what I got. That's the lesson I got from that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't, like, other than that, like, when I write my bibliography or my biography, it's going to be one chapter or less on that. Like, that ain't it. Like, that ain't it. Like, that ain't the message that I need to tell anybody. If that ain't it, like, even if you knew my story, that's not it for you. Like, you're not here to listen to my story. Like, I get that you're interested in it's a question, but I'm here to deliver a message that even you need, and it has nothing to do with me going through foster care. Let's just say, if we went backwards, would our life be different? Probably, yeah. We can't do that back and forth. So I say realist and imagination mode. Being a realist, we're talking because I went through it. Imagination mode, I mean, you remember my quote is, you can only lie to someone who doesn't know the truth. So I can create all kind of stories that I want off this situation, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't remember. I can say, let's not do that. Let's not do that. So for people, I just think that, like, I don't minimalize because I listen to people's stories, and I'm a veteran. I have a lot of PTSD veterans. I'm 100% PTSD myself. Do I go back and relive my war? Absolutely not. Does my war or my wartime affect? No, it does not affect me today. You know what I'm saying? I got 5 guns over there, dog. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. You feel me? Like what? Like I got 100% PTSD. Ain't nobody going crazy. So it's like,
Mm.
I think that it's you can't minimalize because we don't know we were all supposed to be here, but that's why I don't like to have conversations where we're arguing or going back and forth or checking one another or playing story chasing back and forth. I say, yo, let's agree on some things. We're on Earth and we're human beings. Let's agree with that. Because on Earth there are rules, and as a human being there are rules. If your mindset wants to be positive, you're messing with red blood cells here. Red blood cells are the building blocks of life. So in order to be a yes man, I can't have you going back. I cannot have you going back. If I know as a therapist to build you healthy, strong, abundant to the future, you got to release it. You got to let it go.
Mm.
That's what they say. Forgiveness is the most powerful thing. Every person who will hurt you, every situation who will hurt you, apologize to them. Just tell them sorry. It don't matter. Baby mamas, baby daddies, bosses, just tell them sorry for anything that you might have done because you didn't know how they perceived life. Because you could have hurt a lot of people, didn't know you hurt them, and now you're saying I didn't hurt nobody, and they're over here telling people, hey, I hurt you know what I'm saying? You hurt me. So it's like, yo, just apologize to them, release that, a lot of things change, man. You don't got to go back no more. People are going back because they're trying to chase this. It's open-ended. Start closing things then. I don't believe
Mm.
there's a wrong question, but I believe there's the right question. There's not a wrong question. There's the right question. And you know what that gets around? Beating around the bush. Stop beating around the bush. There's no time. There's no time. Like, there's no time. Like, imagine a lot of these broken relationships because there's no apology of, like, ego. They're actually really beautiful relationships that just got broken the wrong way, maybe in the wrong situation, and now it's got destroyed. And it's like, dang, only because the ego, only because you're not living through your soul, you're living through your body, your ego. There's two different things there. That's why when we get down to these I'm going to explain what I discovered through, like, everybody can have conversations. We could put 1,000 people on here right now. There's about 50 people on here thinking his story ain't shit. He had, yeah, absolutely. Why? There's 8 billion people on the planet. I'm sitting in a nice house. I'm retired at 33. I'm spoiled. Absolutely spoiled. Spoiled. Like, I put myself in a position to just be able to do whatever I want. That's why I'm here, because I want to help people. Well, whatever you want to do, I got a secret for you. I got a secret.
So let me get to asking the right questions. Moving forward, you definitely challenged me there with restructuring the interview in a way that definitely lets us coast in a certain way. I know you don't want to dive too deep into the past, but then I'll ask a question that how do you think people can avoid the system, right? A system in which you've experienced, I've experienced. Is it a mindset thing that allows them to get over that?
Man,
Because I want to play up the fact that you said not looking in the past, right? But not everyone, someone said it earlier in the comments, and I thought it was true. Not everyone
absolutely.
feels that way, right? You know what
No,
I'm
I read the
saying?
comment. Absolutely. I think it has to do with we have to educate each other that we're not, there's 8 billion people, and it's because of your mom and dad and their mom and dad and their mom and dad and not their mom and dad while we're here. And if we didn't ask to be here, we have to take responsibility as adults for kids, because we both know if my son wants to go and do something, he has to ask me. He ain't about to just leave the house and take my car and go somewhere. He's 12 years old. Right? So, like, it's my responsibility, right? So they say don't give your kids everything that you weren't given. You need to show them and teach them everything you weren't shown. So I do believe that, like, we as adults, we have to hold ourselves accountable. I don't think there's enough accountability in the world. And I
Mm,
definitely don't. And remember, this is what I mean. Like, you know as well as I know, there's so much things going on the planet that if you don't consciously turn your head to things, you should be sick to your stomach today on the amount of kids in the system, on the amount
mm,
of homeless people in the world. You should be sick. I don't know how people go to work knowing you about to go to work to get a paycheck, but you drive by people who can't. That's sickening. That's sickening, right? So I go through it. Trust me. I'm 12 years as an entrepreneur. I go through it. I want to beat the dog shit out of people because there's
mm,
no accountability. But I can't do that, though. I can't go around doing that, though, because there's enough violence out there. So I got to take the opposite approach and be like, listen, no matter if you want to be a hard ass or you don't want to be a hard ass, we
mm,
live on Earth and we're human beings. You
mm,
have to be able to understand that. Even if you want to beat somebody up, throwing a jab is what muscle? If I ask you, throwing a jab is what muscle? I don't care if you're a fighter or not. If you throwing a jab is an action of the body. It's tricep, bicep. So it doesn't matter. If I asked you, when you're standing up, what muscle is it to stand up? You better tell me quad. You better understand there's 14.7 grams pushing down on your body. That has nothing to do with jobs, ethnicity, race, money, income, systems. So before the system, let's talk about, okay, so you say the system as a whole. Do you know how tough that is to even think that we can't even go out butt naked in a road right now with a giant sign and create the biggest controversy? I mean, I'm talking about like being extreme, like light yourself on fire, like let's be extreme. People gonna drive right by you, man. They're gonna drive right by you, man. They're gonna call you crazy, bro. They're gonna call you crazy for thinking about the children, bro. And then they go home and say society's all fucked up when they drove by somebody trying to help society. If you so energy and vibrations, deeper level, right? Before needs or wants, we gotta go. We're gonna get there. We're getting to the deeper level. Before needs and wants. How is the person standing on that sign bitching? How is the person driving that car bitching? How is that car driving on the road while you're bitching? That depth. It doesn't. There's 8 billion people. You're going to do whatever you want, man. We're not here. We don't argue all day about what you want to do, what I think you should be doing. Nah, before that, under that, deeper than that, cellular, molecular level is where we're going. That's where we're going. That's the conversation where we're going. So the system sucks. Let's do something about it. All the men right now, if you're listening, let's do something about it. Let's go to Washington. You get it? You feel me? You feel me? So like, yo, we can only get, what we gonna do? So we got everybody just barking around here. So we have to eat. We have to agree. Is there a such thing as Illuminati, Rothschild? Is there a deeper entity that's fucking? Is it impenetrable? Can we not penetrate this? You see what I'm saying? Like, there's 2 of us right now.
Now that you brought that up, what do you believe about that scenario? This is going to be interesting.
Oh,
what do you believe?
I believe there's the truth and the dirty truth. I believe people pick their fucking nose in their fucking cars. I believe people fucking fart all goddamn day. I believe people are nasty as. I believe it, bro. They don't. It's the truth and the dirty truth, bro. And then when it comes to money, and I'm gonna explain something how I've gone crazy without the money. Products. I got over 5,000 sponsors in products. That's why I'm not using things normal. Why? Because my brain wants more. So when I'm balancing on something, what happens when I balance 10 times? I'm done. I want more. I want to put it up on something. I want to like. What happens when you got money? You had all the Bugattis. You had all this. Let's get to the dirty truth. Let's get to the deep, dirty truth, right? What do you do with your money? What do you do with your money? Where do you get your endorphins from? Where do you get your serotonin? Where do you get your dopamine? Where do you get that from? Because I just got a brand new $1,500 motor that straps to the bottom of the paddleboard, and I'm already bored, and I didn't even take it out. I've rode electric longboards. I got skateboards on my wall, like, right? So we're all trying to burn out. We're all trying to chase. You need a bigger car. You need a bigger house. You not even need. You want more money. You want more. Everybody on my story is chasing a bag every day. I'm like, you could be chasing fitness. You could be chasing anything. Imagine placebos. That's what I'm saying. Before red blood cells, gravity, fulcrum, proprioception, kinetic chain. Before that, all after that is all subjective and objective. That is not. I don't live in this life. I drive down the roads bored out of my mind. Bored. It's boring because you need to know that a magic trick is only fun until you know the trick. It's not fun no. That's what it comes down to. If you don't know the magic trick to earth, which there is a trick, it's not, I didn't make it up. Like if we pick this up, it falls. Why though? You should know. You live on earth too, not just me. We both live here.
You should live on earth.
So it's like, no, but how many things did you do today other than know why you on earth?
Can you tell us?
And it's like, what?
Why it falls?
Yeah. Say again?
Can you tell us why it falls?
Yeah,
I'm interested in
14. There's 60 miles between here and outer space. There's 60 miles. There's 14.7 grams of atmospheric pressure at sea level. At sea level, which means that's when you go up, it's harder to breathe. There's less air. So why I can't breathe right now? Why I can't breathe right now is ignorant. What do you mean? What? So when we go down to when you're doing this or you're doing this or you're doing this, you need to know how or why. That's before that. If not, you're literally just uneducating yourself. Like we're like, you're like uneducating your movements, thinking that you're educating your movements because you don't know. So like that's why you could do 100 push-ups nonstop. I can get anybody to do 100 push-ups nonstop. Why? What is a push-up? You need to know what a push-up is. So if I ask you, what is a push-up? A push-up is bicep, tricep. The fulcrum, everything that bends is a fulcrum point. So if it's straight, what muscle straightens the arm? Your brain should say tricep. You need to know when you straighten your arm, it's your tricep muscle. What brings it back though? Bicep. Everything that bends is flexion. Everything that extends is extension. The opposing muscle, that's called a superset. So if you flex your bicep, your triceps relaxed. If you flex your tricep, your bicep is relaxed. That's called a superset. That's how Arnold got really big. So if you work your front, you relax your front, you work your back. You can't work front, shoulders, push-ups. No. You're burning out in 20 minutes. That's not how it works. You have to superset. If one muscle's flexed, the other one's opposing. So I like to get away from the everyday story, the things that everybody's doing. I like to get away from that because I don't hear too many people speaking of beyond that. Before you want to make money, before you want a job, before you want to drive, before you have to know why the car's there, why the street light hangs over the road that far. There's a reason. The depth of this pole versus the pressure of this angle will get this to bend. It can't be this far off. It will fall. It can't. So you think the street lights want to be like that because they like the way it looks? Absolutely not. It has to be like that. It has to be. It has to look like that. Like it can't not look like that. Like so it's like, why would someone build it has to. The engineers with physics said, yo, the pressure's pushing down. We can't have it look different. That's why cars have 4 wheels. That's why a motorcycle has a kickstand. Not because a motorcycle just don't want to stand up in the air. No, it's being pushed down straight, flat, so it'll fall. It's pushed. That's why you can't just stick a pencil there and it stays. So imagine this. People want to start talking about their needs, their wants. All right, but do you even know what are you doing? Like, don't wonder why you got pain. And a big, huge thing is the sleep manual, which we're going to get to, is that's the #1 painful position in the world. Do you know when you open a door? So the anatomical position of man, I don't know if you know this, but the anatomical position of man is, you do?
No, I don't. No, continue.
Okay, so the anatomical position of man is palms facing forward. So imagine when you walk up and you open a door. Imagine that. So when you walk up and you open a door, like you're going to open a door, that's the opposite of anatomical position of man. So who taught you how to open doors? Like who taught you? Like someone said, oh, here's a door. You know what I'm saying? Like who taught you how to go inside of it? Nobody, right? You watch parents do it. Your parents did it. Let me ask you a question. The person who invented the door, did he understand how the body operates? Because the body operates like this. So technically how you open a door is underhand. You don't open a door overhand. That is medial rotation of the shoulders. That's not the way the body works. The body is the strongest here. That's why you can't put that's why if your arms are back, you cannot put your arms up like this, but you sure as well can like this. That's because your range of motion of your shoulder is made for that. It's not an option. Like that's not an option. Like we're not options. So let's go deeper. In the DMV, how do they say to drive? 10 and 2. The anatomical position of man, the way to drive is 4 and 6. So what do I do? Sue the DMV? I sue the DMV for shoulder problems? So who made the manual? Who made the DMV manual that told us, hey, by the way, we either know or we don't know that this is not good for you. So we're going to make so every limo driver, truck driver, y'all shoulders are beat to shit. That's not, why? How? Why? Like who do you scream this to, man? Then you got the sleep number mattresses, bro, and a whole other situation is the pressure. Remember the pressure. We're getting to it when this question happens. Next question. Oh yeah, bro. I go all day, bro. Bro, I don't got no water next to me, bro. I do this all day with no water, bro. Like this is, I'm here for, I don't know how or why, But it's nothing to do with if you like me, you don't like this. If you get a piece of paper down and write, this applies to you. It has nothing to do with if you like me or you don't like me. I don't care. This applies to you. And guess what? If you don't use it, I'm gonna live rent free in there. You're gonna remember me when you have these problems, because they either taking money from you or you're finally gonna meet a holistic healer. One of my quotes is, I am the way I am because I can't find anybody else like me. I've yet to go into a parking lot and hear somebody's noise in a car and have a random mechanic walk over and help somebody. I've yet to see it. Makes no sense to me, bro. Makes no sense. Like, you know what that rattle is. You know that person does not know what that rattle is. You cannot take a second to say, yo, pop it real quick. It's this. Come on, man. So I got a poem I wrote. I live in a world that doesn't exist, bro. I really do, bro. So the foster care conversation puts me in that ether of, oh, who we about to get? Because we about to get it, bro. I'm about to roast them, bro. Because it won't make sense. You'll never be able to convince me that the system makes sense.
Oh, no.
Like ever.
Of course.
Like ever.
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense. If we forced shit, we might as well damn force. If we forced every lesbian to fucking adopt a child and shit, we might be a little well off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to do something. And we're not even going to talk about the children's going into the system getting shipped to China, because you can get a fucking organ in 2 days in China and shit, and they don't even have organ donors in China. So how the fuck you guys got all the organs in the world when you got no organ donors there? No, you fucking kidnap people, you ship them up, you chop them up, you go over there. We can go deep, bro. We got to get a new phone after this shit, bro.
Man.
We got to get a new phone after this, man.
Interesting. So, what do you think is the solution to people's problem of just getting out their own way in terms of self-development? I would like to hear that, because you're giving everybody a great amount of information, right? And
I got you.
But on top of that, it's like I said once before, everyone's definitely not built like you, right? You're different, right? And everybody has their own differences, and some people cannot get out of their own way in terms of self-development and growing further.
I see the biggest problem is this. I'd say the biggest problem is this. Who told you you're supposed to be doing everything that you're doing? Because that's not what I believe. I believe that everything is a placebo. I believe that you are a human being on Earth. That means that, let's go back. I live as a Neanderthal. Let's go back. Let's go back to the fucking 1600s. Why are you driving everywhere? Why are you not discovering? So let me explain something to you. Good thing that your ancestors weren't lazy as fuck, because you wouldn't be where you're at right now. Because they walked. They carried shit. So I don't want to hear no excuse that you ain't going nowhere. If you're not moving, you're already fucking up in my perspective. I don't care. If you got a 30-year house payment, you fucking up. You're not supposed to be living somewhere for 30 years and you got 50 years on this planet. You fucking up. So I believe that your situation's got you fucked up in a fucked up situation, because you're supposed to be drinking water, eating food, and moving around this fucking planet. That's it. And remember, that's why I told you I don't go on this side of the conversation, because I believe y'all all wasting time. Wasting time. I go on this side. So if you want to waste some time, you better know that there's atmospheric pressure, proprioception, kinetic chain, and fulcrum with your lifestyle. You need to know that. That's all. I don't care what you do. I don't know why you're doing this. I don't know why you're making money. I lived off of 12 years with less than $10 a day. I got a place. I got a Challenger. I do plenty. I got plenty. Get something from your heart, not your pockets. I got a quote book, over 250 quotes. Give something from your heart, not your pockets. That's why I do all these shows. I represent over 5,000 brands for free. Your money, you don't have enough money for the shit I'm about to tell you, but you don't have enough. I'm going to change your life, your ancestors, the people that are born, your children, everybody around you, that you get this information. And if you don't give it to them, I think you're selfish. I think you're selfish yourself. And my quote is, be so selfless, you reap the benefits of being selfish. I don't have to give you this information. I can let you know. I can let you go your whole entire life and tell you why you ain't jumping that high. There's a reason why you're not jumping that high. Jumping is an action of the body that you just don't know. I know it. I studied it. It doesn't matter if you want to jump or you don't want to jump. Jumping is an action. If you want to sit down, there's a way to sit down. Atmospheric pressure is pushing on your spine. The reason why our head's up right now, because we're using neck muscles. You got a headache? You got a headache because you don't realize you're holding your head up against gravity, against atmospheric pressure. That's why your neck hurts, right? So it's like, man, if I go on these basic conversations with people and they can't even do that in their own self, or they can't, and they never went to another place, another country, Man, I weep, I cry, I keep moving, bro. 8 billion, 8 billion. I maybe throw you in an NPC. Maybe you're not a real player. Maybe you're just there. Because remember, we're all figments of our imagination. Let me ask you a question. When you go to the gas station to buy a bag of chips, how you buy a bag of chips if you're not the cashier? You needed a cashier in your life, so you put that mug there. When you leave, he ain't there no more. Gone. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I don't believe nothing I see. I don't believe anything unless you're here in real. Oh, that's it. You know why I created you and you created me? You created me because you need another story for your brain. I created you because I need to release this information. That's why. That's it. That's it. That's it. There is there's nothing else. When we get off of this, bro, you gone, bro. When I get off of this, bro, I'm gone, bro. And guess what gone means to other basic people? Dead, bro. We dying, bro. Like, do you not, people forget that? And they got us so caught up with everybody dying, bro. Everybody, bro, Jerry Springer just died. Bro, people are just dying and we're just like, all right, cool, next. All right, cool, next. All right, cool, next. Bro, they condition us to death, bro. We're supposed to be mourning, bro. I watched Jerry Springer for 25 years, you feel me? I've read one post of Jerry Springer die. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. That's it. It's just a person, bro. Jerry Springer, a person. 1 out of 8 billion. He's 1. I'm 2, you're 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 billion. How many people have you seen? How many people you meet? How many people you talk to? How many? Track it. Out of how many people you've seen already, how many people did you speak to? You're only going to speak to the people you're supposed to, and that's it. You're going to walk right by people all day long that you never going to speak to at all, ever, never going to look at, but they got to be there. Why? Because if there's no traffic, it'd be too fast. If there was too much traffic, it'd be too slow. That's called the Fibonacci system. The Fibonacci system in the world says that you won't win them all and you won't lose them all. So you take the lesser losses. You learn to take the lesser losses, and that's what I teach my son. I said, son, you're not about to go 10-0 in baseball, bro. You're about to lose some. So when you lose, eat that loss. Easy. Eat the loss. Eat it up and keep going, bro. You're going to eat the loss. You're not going to win 10-0. So when you win, you know you're about to win. Win good. Win hard. Win strong. You know, that's the system. And I do professional sports betting, long story short, and that's exactly how the system goes, bro. You're not going to win them all, and you're not going to lose them all, bro. So you learn when to take the lesser losses, bro. It's the same thing when you gamble, bro. You don't bet 100, 100, 100. You're not winning like that. That's you're not getting it. You're on Earth, right? When we agree, and we on Earth, and there's rules. There's rules. You can't just go around the planet and do what you want. There are rules, like rules that apply with fulcrum, like even betting. You doing your body actions on Earth, you have to understand the rules of how that applies. Fulcrum, proprioception, atmospheric pressure, kinetic chain. Those you have to know those as a human being. You have to teach your children that. That applies to you as a human being, no matter what. And I can give you an example of how that applies if you name anything, you can tell you how it applies. It doesn't matter what action, what sport. All actions are sports of the body, right? So like it all comes down to like your body doing something. Yes, like if you're pointing, if you're flipping somebody, that's all action. You're using muscles to do all that shit. But are you thinking of it? No, because why? It's not demanded. Society is not demanded. If everybody knew exactly how to use their body, bro, bro, I have a broken femur, a knee replacement, 2-tone rotator cuffs, scoliosis, sciatica. I wake up with no pain, bro. I got no pain, bro. And I work out 6 hours a day, every single day. I know the action. So when I want to go jump, I know how to jump. I'm not just jumping. I'm just throwing my body in the air. The jump is an action. I tell myself what I'm doing. Contraction, hamstring, quad. Boom, I fly. Like that has nothing to do with, oh, shit, I'm playing basketball. I'm jumping in the air. No, I know when I'm jumping. I know when I'm jumping. I'm not just jumping. Like if I ask you if you're standing up, what muscle are you using standing up? You must tell me quads. You have to tell me that. That's the answer. That's the fact. Your quad muscle. If you release your quads, you will push down, which is hamstring. It's either you're contracting your hamstring to go down fast, or you're not, and you're letting gravity push you down. You're gonna go down. You'll fall all the way down to the crumble. You'll fall all the way down. Doesn't matter what you stand up. If you let it go, it'll fall. It does not matter. It does not matter. That's why things have to be square. That's why things have to have wheels. That's why it has to be 4 bases. All of that, because that's why the couch has to look like that. Not because they wanted to. You think the couch maker wanted to make a couch like that, and out of all of these years, no one redesigned this damn 4-pegged floor couch? You can't. That's not the way it works. Earth has rules. If you want to make and build things here, it has rules. You must follow that. That's why the couch works. It has to be like that. Physics. Because guess what? A lot of people are not engineers. Engineering is what builds everything. Engineers. Go ahead and get into some engineering and you're going to realize like a lot of shit. You're like, what? That had to be that long. Why? Look at bridges. Bridges being made are amazing. The support is under the bridge. Pushing. Imagine that. It's connected to the underneath and it goes to the side, but it's being held up like that. All of that pressure is being held up by the smallest, tiniest beams. And that's engineering. There's some amazing, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. There's some amazing engineering features out there that you're just like, try to build that yourself in your house. It's all physics. And the guy that I listen to, I don't listen to, I have my own quote book, so I'm my own philosopher. My quote is, we are everything. What you focus on is what you become. So I ask people, why are you that? I tell my son, yo, the person flying the plane wasn't born a pilot. You're out of your mind, bro. He fucking wanted to be a pilot. He decided to pilot. Every day he woke up and said, I'm looking at planes, man. I don't know what you're looking at. You like plants? I like planes. So 8 billion people. So I said, you know what? How can you get to everybody? So a true humanitarian to me means that you have something that every single person needs. That means if you play music, I don't care. I don't want to play music. God didn't put me on the planet to play music. You get it? He put me on to explore, to try. So a musician to me, and especially I say, are there more than one? If there is more than one person on the planet doing that, I definitely think somebody slipped up somewhere. And let's go a little deeper. I believe that if it's already been created in the past and you're redoing it today and you didn't change it up, you're really fucking up on why you're supposed to be on the planet, and that's why we're not on Mars. And then I'll go even deeper. If you got your whole life involved with some thought that happened in 1800 and this is why you're on the planet, oh my God, you on the same level every time. Like, who told you? Who didn't sit you down and say, hi, little Johnny, hi, little Becky, you know you can be anything you want in the world, right? You can go collect geodes, you can go make ground, you could do anything you want, you could do anything. So, you know, all the things that are around you, somebody made that. Not multiple people. Somebody woke up one day and was like, I'm tired of sitting on the floor. What can we do? You know what? I'm going to grab something, I'm going to put it here. Somebody said, ooh, what? Oh, off the ground? Oh, yeah, no. So little Johnny is the first one to make the chair. Every chair after little Johnny, or copycats. Little Johnny was put on the planet to make chairs, not you. You weren't put on the planet to make chairs. Johnny made the chair. But guess what? We could go, and that's when I come in. I said, okay, Johnny made the chair. When Johnny made the chair, Johnny didn't have all the information that we have now to understand the body at an anatomy level by dissections and being able to find out what's tight, what's loose. I'm sure little Johnny who made the chair didn't say, oh my gosh, I'm sitting down and I'm chronically shortening my hamstrings. Yeah, right? So whoever made the chair, whoever continued the chair, we went down. Chair up, bodies down. Chairs up, bodies down. Beds up, bodies down. Cars up, bodies down. Every time, every single time. And guess what? Who was the ones to hold people accountable? Guess who they were? Who didn't? The therapist, the doctors, the chiropractors. Because guess why? What was flashed in front of their faces? Dollar signs. And said, yo, if you tell them that the body is not made for this, you are not driving in a Ferrari, you're driving in a Prius. Do you understand that? So why? It's business. It's business 101. Like, why would you do that? You would never do that. There's no reason to. There's no reason to say, I will live a lesser life unless you're a true humanitarian. And what I mean is this, with the information that I have and already given out for free, I'm a millionaire. I should be filthy rich. You think it's okay for me to sit here and not have a giant house and giant car, and I'm looking at rappers saying, yo, I can tell you exactly how you're moving and what you're doing and how you're driving? That information ain't valuable. It's fucking beyond valuable, right? So that's why my quote is, give something from your heart, not your pockets, because your pockets aren't deep enough. I can change your life. It doesn't matter how much money you have. And most people out there, if you don't have money, you ain't got shit, and no one's going to listen to you. Every time I've spoke on a stage or something, I've had zero in my bank account. You still listen to me like I'm rich. Why? Because it's the knowledge that's inside. I'm Oprah rich. That's my quote. I am Oprah rich inside. I got more. I got so much. I can talk to anybody. It don't matter if you're Putin. I don't care who you are. This applies, and that's a true humanitarian. That's why my baby is my sleep manual. I don't care who you are on this planet. You sleep. My sleep manuals will go into a message in a bottle, and I will invest in a cannon to shoot my message to those villages that people are not supposed to be to because they sleep. That's where I'm at. Imagine that. Do you have information that they need? That's my question. And if not, the depth is get the ticket, stand behind the line. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm only speaking to people who almost can't even fathom it. Either you're gonna think I'm a pure genius or I'm off the fucking rocker. There's two things. You either think like this guy is a low-key genius, because guess what? Did I cite anybody, any quotes, any classes, any teachers? Nothing. Julius Sumner Miller, who teaches me physics on YouTube, was best friends with Einstein. That's how I'm learning a lot of these. I'm learning how or why a lot of these things. Imagine electromagnetic, electrostatic, all of that. Now we have to figure out why we're paying electric bills and why we have to do it. If everything's electricity and everything's vibrations, come on, it's going to be less than 10 years before we're not paying for no bills, no utility bills. We're figuring that out slowly, but it's already been invented. It's already been back. So we're so far forward. I'm only interested in going way back now. It's too subjective now. It's too, everybody got their own way now, man. And that's not, I believe, okay, before you want to be this or do that or do this, do you know, I had to get injured. And that's the main thing I guess it comes down to, is my injuries and my trauma allowed me to dig deep enough. Because when you don't, so that's the thing. Imagine this, when you're like, well, people aren't at my level. Okay, well, I had no family, no support. I was broken. I created my level. I created it. You know what I said? You have two options, Travis. You hurt others by being a piece of shit and not helping, or you hurt yourself by being unhealthy and unmotivated and sulking and grieving. Fuck both those options. I'm gonna figure out why I got pain. So if you got a headache and you don't take care of it, I say it's not enough. When you're in true pain, you do something about it. And you know what I mean? Get that toothache. It'll be all right. Yeah, get that toothache that starts going up inside your head and shit. I swear to God, you're going to Walgreens for some goddamn Orajel. You wasn't going to Orajel the first day, though. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't enough. Until it got to the point where you just couldn't, you just, yeah. Get in the car. I'm not talking to nobody. You're going to get some Orajel. There's a difference, man. Like, so I'm looking for the root. I'm going to the depth. So, like, I believe that, yes, I believe that's why I'm here. If you're unhealthy and you're not motivated, I'll give you facts of the universe to get you there. Everything else is on you. That's on you. So if I tell you, yo, to jump, you use this. To move around, proprioception, kinetic chain, fulcrum. If I teach you how to be in your body, and I break it down and say, yo, why, and you can't tell me why you're doing what you're doing, you had to hold yourself hella accountable to unset, reset, and get rid of everything. Because we can go off the mainstream shit. You are who you are around. Well, get away from those motherfuckers then. You are who you are around. Well, get away from those family members then. So stop. So if you are who you are, and you're saying that you want to change, you have zero leverage. My quote is, undisciplined people have rules. You have rules. If you're undisciplined, you have rules. And I mean undisciplined as in, if you have a goal and you're undisciplined, you have rules. And what I mean is losing weight, intermittent fasting. The fastest way to lose, since you're storing, to lose that, to not get sick and be unhealthy, is intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is extreme rules, which means you're only eating from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I don't have fucking rules when I eat. I don't got fucking rules. You got rules. I'm disciplined. I know it. I got routine. If you don't have it, you have rules. And that's why I tell people, you better create something. Because if you're not a creator, you got to ask. That's why I create everything I do. I have over 20,000 moves. I created them. Ain't nobody can tell me how to do my shit. I'm 20,000 moves, original creations with every fitness piece of equipment that you can think of. That's what I've been doing 12 years. I've been changing the game in that aspect. So I make the rules. You can't tell me how to do my shit. It's mine. You can't tell Bob Ross how to paint a fucking tree. You can't go and Bob. No, it's his. He's creating that vision of that. So it's like you have to take accountability of what you did. And I'm telling you something. When you say, "Oh, what would you tell yourself 5, 10 years ago?" Man, I tell myself, do exactly what the fuck I did. Do exactly what I did. I did everything that I needed to in 12 years to retire myself at 33 and throw my phone in the ocean. I could throw this shit in the ocean, never have to turn it off. My money straight, my family straight, my son is good, and that's it. I'm good. I got contacts all over the world. Why? Because be so selfless, you rip the benefits of being selfish. I've talked to everybody. I've answered every single DM and every single person. Why? Because that's why I believe I'm here. My reason is because I'm here to help teach teachers and train trainers. So if you got in a position where you're not healthy and you're unhappy in your job and you're unhappy in your relationship, take that deep breath, and you have one life to change it. And every second that you don't, you're not going back. And remember, another quote of mine: what you do for today is not for today, it's for the future. What happens today is from the past. Me and you are talking not because of what I did today. It's because of what I did in the past. That's how my quotes, that's why I live off my own quotes. Man, I live off my own shit, bro. Like, so what I'm doing today, so this interview don't matter right now. This interview matters when I need it in the future, man. It don't matter right now. This interview, so guess what? But guess what? And I tell people, you got to act every day if, like, today is viral. Everything I'm telling you has no less energy if this is not viral today. Even though I know it's not viral today, but it got that viral energy in it. That's why I'm fucking drenched in sweat. I'm speaking and teaching, and I'm fucking drenched. You know what I'm saying? Because this is my passion. And if you behind the screen and you can't feel what I'm feeling, like, you're not getting it. I'm way up here. I have no stressors. Like, so I'm able to dig deep and actually have time. Because most people, remember, is love languages. People like to be told a certain way they like to be told. You like to be loved a certain way you like to be loved. Everybody. You must learn people. So that's an energetic, deep level where it's not on your job, how much money. That has nothing to do with that. That has nothing to do with that. How much money you have, your job, your credit score, it just has nothing to do with that. And that's the beauty of the mindset that I like to stay in. Stay in that mindset.
You covered so much. I'm not gonna lie.
Y'all don't play, man. I do not play.
You covered a lot. I was like, but there were some things that you did say. I wanted you to teach us about the four. Can you repeat that one more time? I have two of them listed here, but I wanted to actually hear.
The proprioception, the kinetic chain, the rules of human beings. Yes, the magic trick and the rules of human beings. Write this down. I'm gonna just remember these, and I'm gonna give you examples so you can understand how these apply to your life. That you're like, oh, so you're not just like, okay, that don't matter. No, it matters. Proprioception is your ability to understand your body in space. There's no true definition of space. So when you leave the ground, you are now in outer space. Imagine that. When you leave the ground, you are now checking the universal atmospheric pressure, and you're going into outer space. The higher you go, the lesser the air is, the more you float away. That's why you're the heaviest at the ground. You're heaviest at sea level. So when you jump, and this goes with anything, when you're walking up a step, the reason why you can walk up a step and you don't fall left or right, that is proprioception. Your body knowing what to do when it leaves the ground. When you're jumping on a trampoline, the reason why you don't flare all over the place is because proprioception is engaged. The way people do backflips in multiple spins. If you imagine, I know you see people spinning. If you have no proprioception, your limbs are gonna whip over. No, you have to have proprioception. All of these tie into each other. The way, if you're driving a monster truck, you have to know when you're in the monster truck and you go up, proprioception is to understand that your arms aren't just gonna float in front of your body and then land. Like, no, proprioception is understanding what your body is doing in space. You should be able to close your eyes and spin in a circle. That's proprioception. You're a human being on Earth, and you need to know proprioception is how you get around the planet against atmospheric pressure. So when you decide to leave the Earth, you're leaving the Earth against atmospheric pressure. How do you leave the Earth against atmospheric pressure? The kinetic chain. Kinetic chain is saying how to do. So through proprioception, how? So when you throw, every action of the body, when you run, everything, every action in the body has a kinetic. Things have a kinetic chain, but that's a different way to look at it. When I'm just specifically your body, you need to know your body. Like if you're a fighter out there, the kinetic chain to throw a punch is what has to fire off to create the action of the body. Kinetic chain. So to throw a punch, bicep, tricep, or tricep, bicep, actually, because tricep is what straightens. So to initially, here, boom. So imagine everything, hands open, kinetic chain. What? Tight bicep, long tricep. You do not get to move around the planet without either stretching the kinetic chain or tightening the kinetic chain. What I mean is this. I'm about to do a video for WAL's, one of the best arm wrestlers in the world, Michael Todd. He's injured. He's coming back. And a lot of arm wrestlers are like this. Y'all looking like baby T-Rexes, bro. Like, what are you doing? I said the anatomical position of man is this. How are you this? Like what? Is there nobody around you saying, "Hey, Michael Todd, do you want to keep injuring yourself the rest of your life? Like, what are you guys doing? You know why? Because you guys are over 40, 50s. You guys are, that's why I'm not even talking to nobody over 30 years old. If you're over 30, 35, I'm sorry. This ain't for you. You got so many chronic habits and so many placebos, and you need to do this and you need to do that. Like, I ain't talking to you. Like, you already too far gone. Like, you're almost so injured that you ain't even willing to drop the ego to redo what you messed up the whole entire time. That's why the best demographic is people who are growing and understand. Like my son's spine, he's not going to have scoliosis. Our generation has scoliosis. Why? Because they didn't want to tell you that when you were sleeping, you were twisting your spine. My son's generation should not have scoliosis. All the therapies, all the chiropractors, all of them, they should not have scoliosis. I'll get on that in a minute. So kinetic chain is the action to get the action. So when you're standing up, what is the kinetic chain? You contracting your quads. That's how you're standing. The kinetic chain to go down from standing is what? Contracting your hamstrings. To go on your tippy toes is what? Contracting your calves. That's kinetic chain. You're kinetic chaining when you're doing things. Doing this is you're operating the kinetic chain. You're firing each of those muscles, right? That's kinetic chain. You can't do that without the body doing something. You don't get to do an action without muscles being, that's my back doing that. It's my chest doing that. You don't just get to do this without, what? My back hurts. My neck hurts. What do you mean? You're using your body all goddamn day against atmospheric pressure on Earth. Like, what do you... Yeah. Oh, and you're overweight? Oh, shit, them damn knees and them ankles against atmospheric pressure. Yeah. So, no, you're not going to convince me that it's okay to be not height and weight proportionate. Look, who lied to you? Write the fuck you letter to your parents for not checking you. And then guess what? You say, you know what? I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. You didn't know. I'm saying fuck Grandma and Grandpa. Fuck you, Grandma and Grandpa. Oh, not you, Grandma and Grandpa. You didn't know. Wait, so if we're coming to a line of people who don't know, I'm a powerful motherfucker, man. That's how I know. Because either A, all those generations just decided to just not say shit to people. Or B, I'm about to expose all of those motherfuckers that didn't say shit to people. And I take pride in that. I call in every doctor, every chiropractor, all of them. Mechanics, all of them, all of y'all, all of them. I want to hold you. I'm holding you accountable. That's what I'm doing. If you're not helping, why are you here? Who convinced you of that? Prove to me that we need to be doing that. Prove to me that your secret vitamin can outdo me. Prove to me. How long you been doing your secret vitamin? Let's go me versus you. I tell people that it's because I don't take your dumbass vitamin. That's what I tell people. How about that? My quote is no supplements, no risk. Who told you that you got to take melatonin to sleep? Wow. So I guess if we slept in 1800, you'd be fucking a restless motherfucker. You'd have created insomnia back then, I guess. Weird. That's weird, bro. Like, no, it's all placebos. Like, kinetic chain, proprioception, fulcrum, bend points. Fulcrum is where things bend. So everything that bends has lymph nodes. That's the number one reason why we have breast cancer in America. Because in America, as a massage therapist, as a licensed massage therapist, massage is deemed sexual in America. It's not deemed health and wellness as it is in different countries. If you go to Japan, Thailand, they're massaging everything. Why? Because it's all connected to your body. That's why. America created the happy ending shit. No, goddamn, your dick is a goddamn piece of something that it got lymph nodes by that shit. Your groin needs to be rubbed. You got sexual, you got health and wellness. You get it? Like, you got health and wellness, or you got sexuality, which that's an American. Remember, America attacks with artillery. Chinese people attack with an arrow. That's the difference. So if you got a headache, you need to figure out why you have a headache, not how to take care of the headache. Why? Why? So if you have a headache and you're sitting in an office all day and atmospheric pressure is allowing you to use your neck muscles all day, and you can't tell me, and you say out loud, I have a headache, I don't know why, or I don't know why I have a headache. You skipped out. You zoomed way too far. You zoomed way too far up. Like, you already messed up. Like, you're years from that statement makes me know, man, you've been beating that neck muscle up for years, and now I'm going to come along and try to help you? Why? Why do I have to do that? Why? Why should I care? Why not let your neck hurt? because I'm a true humanitarian. That's the only reason why I can tell I help people for no reason, for free. Why? Because I tell you to come book my massage and charge you $100. Nah, man, I give you the information. Why? Because if you don't apply it, it don't work. I can give you all my books. I've given every one of my books. I have 6 books. I'd be a millionaire if I sold them all. I've given out every one of my books. Why? Because if you don't apply the information, it don't work. It don't matter. How many quotes does it take for you to be motivated? And how many memes does it take for you to, you know what I'm saying, to create? Like, what do you mean? Like, y'all share shit all day. I get it. Everybody just sharing shit. Like, woo. Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you doing? Like, that's somebody else's thoughts. That's why I don't listen to music like that. Like, stop listening to other people. You don't have thoughts in your brain? All these thoughts came from my brain. I didn't read this nowhere. These are my brains that I put together in examples and shit. I didn't read these examples. These are mine. These are mine. Like, I take part in everything I say. I ain't repeating nobody's stuff. This is my guru method that I had to break my stuff. I slept with weights in my bed for 2 years. Why? Because guess what? People complain of shoulder problems. But what shoulder problems? So you're medially rotated, you're driving, you're sleeping, and then now you have problems. Yeah, but who cares? There's 8 billion people. There's people getting killed in Ukraine right now. We care about your problems because you lack to educate yourself on the rules of what your body's supposed to be doing on Earth, and I'm supposed to feel bad. No, I feel bad for the children in the system. You feel me? Like, that we can go back to that. I feel bad for them, bro. I don't feel bad for grown people that did not decide to learn and didn't decide to. No, I don't feel bad for you. Because you made your own decisions. From 18, I know we make our own decisions. I made my own. I messed up on some of mine, and I did good on some of mine. Same thing with everybody. So we can't sit here and beat up 8 billion people's stories. We just can't do it. I get it. We all have it. But how many stories is it going to take for you to listen to be what you're supposed to be? Nah, I don't believe that, man. I don't believe that. I don't care how many stories I listen to. And remember, I'm not words of affirmation. So you got to remember how you intake motivation. If you placebo yourself, remember, love languages and how you get information is powerful. What I mean is this. If you told yourself words of affirmations, if that's how you feel, I believe that you're going to be a sad person the rest of your life, because I don't believe people are patting people on the back and saying congratulations and thank you at all. At all. So, like, if you tell me I'm a beast, that don't do shit for me, bro. It's going into my ear and out of other ear. Want to know why? Because I wouldn't be doing this shit if I didn't feel like I was a beast my damn self. How do you think I'm doing all this? Because I think I'm weak? Absolutely not. I'm a fucking savage, bro. Like, what other thought am I supposed to tell myself? Like, right? So, like, remember, remember how you were like, oh, not everybody got to that level. Because I'm going back, I'm tracking. You're like, not everybody got to the level. How do you get to that level? You know what I did? The calendar, gone. Clock, gone. Words, gone. You want to know why? Because I told you I don't want to mess with man-made things. That's why. I don't mess with those. So if you say, and I went to the gas station the other day, and the girl was like, hey, it's my Friday. And it was fucking Sunday or Tuesday or something. I said, what? It's your Friday. I said, no, today is Tuesday. She goes, oh, but it's my Friday. I'm like, you're not doing that to the week like that. Like, no, what are you doing? No, you're not. It is Tuesday, and you are working, and you get off today, Tuesday, and you got 2 days off. It is not Friday. So you see, we can manipulate the days of the week. Daylight savings time. China don't even deal with daylight savings time now. What? In China right now, it's 6 o'clock. From the China North to the China South, it's 6. They don't play around with time zones. Right now, we are time 2 hours difference. In China, they come into New Year's, the whole entire country together. So we're going to talk about culture and where you've been and where you're at. No. Let's forget about the calendars, because over here, we celebrate Halloween, which is the devil. My best friends, Guatemala, they said that shit's the devil. They do not celebrate Halloween in Guatemala. That is the devil. Mm. So I said, you know what, man, I'm done with this, Amir. I'm done with this man-made shit. Like, y'all are tripping. Y'all. I'm not a morning person. Oh, damn, now you're looking at a clock and telling yourself what you are and what you're not. Oh, my God, what a placebo. Stop, don't do that. It's not what we're doing here. It don't matter if the sun goes up, the sun goes down. That don't matter, man. You got energy, you go. And the way you do this is, imagine, back in the day, Neanderthal, let me give you an example. Me and you, we're going hike right now. We're going to the top of Mount Everest, bro, right? We the same weight we are right now. We're going to add a fat friend, right? We're going to have a chunky friend with us, right? Because we just going to try to get him out. Man, it's hypothetical speaking. It's imagination mode, right? So we going, and remember, when I say that, I'm a therapist, which means I know fat is adipose tissues. What I mean, I know adipose tissues are adipose cells. I know cells cannot be seen, which means if I'm seeing your fat, you went way too long and you will be held accountable, and I'm not the one. Fair but firm. I'm calling it like it is, fair but firm. You can only lie to someone who doesn't know the truth is my most powerful quote. You can only lie to someone who doesn't know the truth, so I seek knowledge. I know why you look like that. So you're not about to tell me why you look like that unless it's your, you better be lucky if it's your heritage DNA and you Samoan or whatever the fuck Hawaiian. That's the only reason why you're allowed to be that goddamn big naturally. You better be Hawaiian, spamming eggs. Other than that, no, you not. You was not born that way and you was not overweight. Something happened to you. What happened to you? What happened to you? You get it? What happened to you? Something along the line put you into this derogatory negative mindset. That's not the way we were supposed to be born. That's not the way it goes. Proprioception, kinetic chain. If we're going to hike and we get snowed in, the fat person that we took is going to lose more weight and they're going to, if we get rescued, they are going to look the best that they've ever looked. And what did we do? We didn't work out. We're not doing push-ups in the cave, bro. I promise you. We got to stay alive. We need all the energy we need. We're not working out in the cave because guess what? Your body is 98.6 degrees. It takes that to stay alive. That's the only reason why you eat food. You eat food because it burns to get in your system for you to stay alive, which means when you stop eating, what happens? Your body still has to burn to stay alive, which means what? It goes and burns your body, which means that if you are not allowing it because you are undisciplined to let the body work, you will gain. It's input versus output. There's no secret burpee. There's no special tomato. We would all be fucking doing it. Do you understand that? Don't let a motherfucker say, let me explain something. Fat people eat salad. Do you understand that? Fat people eat salad. You can go into the kitchen and get fat off of salad. It's input versus output. If you're eating and you're not doing, the number goes up. If you're not eating as much and you're doing more, the number goes down. That's the only ratio you need to write down on a paper. Stop stepping on that scale and acting like why you don't know the number's not moving. You know why the number's not moving. You just undisciplined. You know why? The Marine Corps taught me to do the right thing when no one's looking. You can't hold yourself accountable, so when you're not looking, you're grubbing. You're breaking it. And I'm telling you, my friends from high school, I write them on their stories every single day when they mess up. And I say, and all I say is, yep, there you go again. Got him. Back to square one. Back to square one. Back to square one. All they say is, I'll do better. I'll try harder. I'll do better. I'll try harder. It's like, why did you convince yourself that you're even allowed to make money? I don't believe unhealthy people should even be able to have fun. Because remember, I told you I'm not here for the superficial life. I do not believe you need to be enjoying the luxuries because I believe everything that you do affects everybody else on the planet. Every action you do affects every single person, no matter what you do. Absolutely. Us talking right now is affecting other people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Some of the things that I said absolutely affected somebody today. Absolutely. Everything you do, the traffic, the people, those are people next to you in traffic that are affecting your life. Every single thing you do. You go in and you take a drink, you take the last drink, you affected somebody that might have been their favorite drink or the last drink. Their grandma was going to die and they wanted that last lemonade before they went and you took it out the store. You affected somebody. So, right, we can't go on the possibilities of what's going on in the world. We just know everything that you do. Me being healthy affects everybody. My son can rely on me. I'm so good at shooting, like my trick shots. My son expects nothing less. So I'm affecting him. So when I don't do something, it affects him. It affects him no matter what. Even if it's my life, like even if I failed or didn't fail, why would it affect him? It affects him. It affects everybody around me. Me not being smart, it would affect people. So if you're unhealthy and you're uneducated, it affects your friends and your family. If they're not calling on you and wanting upon you, it's because you're not offering something. And if you are, you're not an asset, you're a liability. A lot of people are liabilities in people's lives. That's why it's hard to disconnect. You are who you are around. So when you ask me, do I have friends? Absolutely not. Do Einstein have friends? Absolutely not. Does Elon have friends? Absolutely not. When I say friends, yeah, I have people I talk to every day. I talk to 50, 60, 70, 80 people a day. But are they my friends? Absolutely not. They're acquaintances. They're people I know. They're people that are just in the world, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Friends, like, they don't know my last name. They don't know my middle name. They don't even know my birthday. They don't even know my name. Shit, half of them, I'm the balance guru. Don't even know my name. So my dad taught me at a young age, you ain't got no friends, bro. You got acquaintances, man. You know people. People know you. Because guess what? Open your phone right now. Call people. Tell them you dying. See how fast they come. Tell them you slipped. I slipped. I need help. How many you gonna call? You gonna call a lot of people. You gonna call the ones that you even think that are gonna be there for you. And even if they are there for you, even if they are there, is that what we're on the earth for? Are we on the earth to just hoarder 5 or 6 people, to hoarder animals. Like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that we're supposed to apply the principles of living here, and we're just supposed to keep going. So if you are stuck, you gotta figure out why or how you convince yourself to be in that position, to be in that, because you're not born that.
Mhm.
You weren't born that. Ask yourself in 5th grade, when your elementary school teacher asked you wanted to be, why aren't you that? Why aren't you that? You're not that because of what you've been through, the experiences of what put you something to something else. Like, you've had to convince yourself that you're enjoying what you're doing, and that's not what you're supposed to be doing. Like, especially if there's somebody else doing it already, way before you, it's already been invented. You're not put. I don't believe God put just sprinkles of just duplicates on earth to just fill up the earth. Let's just fill up the earth with a bunch of people just doing the same shit. Absolutely not, man. That's why we have all this stuff. That's why we have all this stuff, bro.
Absolutely not, man. Yeah,
So proprioception, kinetic chain, fulcrum, and atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is how everything is down. Fulcrum is everything that bends. So when it bends, that's called the fulcrum point. So imagine when you know that in your body, you know how to do things. When you're fishing, remember fulcrum, the bend point. When you're fishing, you need to know what, like tennis elbow, golfing elbow, those are reasons because you're doing the same action. That's why when the guru method, after I was like, all right, all these apply. But how can I help people? Because this, I didn't create atmospheric pressure, proprioception, kinetic chain. I didn't create that. Like, that's just something I'm like, all right, let me apply all this because this is real. Everything has a bend point. The lamp, the light, the way the light is, the way everything is it's got a fulcrum. I said, but why am I not seeing people do the opposite? And let me explain something to you. When I went through massage school, they taught me that there's no extra in the body. Your body is one big tensegrity model. It's put together with sticks and strings only. And that's how our body, sticks being the bones, strings being tendons and ligaments. Isn't it amazing that we're in this complete structure and we're only sticks and strings, like in a ball? Imagine a ball with just sticks and strings and it's not collapsing. That's a tensegrity model. We are a tensegrity model. Our bodies are tensegrity models. So you have to, so then you understand what the difference between muscle belly is and then tendon. So you see, this is a tendon and a ligament. So when they're like, I got golfer's elbow or my elbow hurts, your elbow don't hurt. Bones are avascular. There's no blood flow. Tendons and ligaments are avascular. There's no blood flow. What happens is you strain the muscle belly to pull on the tendon to the attachment site on the bone. Tendons and ligaments connect to bones. So if your bones hurt, it's your tendon and your ligament that's connected. And why would that happen? Is because you're chronically putting yourself in positions every day and you're not doing the opposite. What I mean is this. If you're a writer and you write all the time, if you only write with this arm, you are unevening your body. Period. If you're a waiter and you're waiting for 20 years and you only wait on this arm, you are creating a chronic habit. Every single thing you do, every time you brush your teeth, if you only brush it with your dominant, you're creating that habit if you open your door. So then I was like, I started evaluating all the athletes. I started evaluating all the professions, every profession. And I said, everybody's doing the same actions every single time. So it's like, wait, where? I learned that if you do the action every single time, you're chronically tightening something, which is chronically loosening something. So what makes people think that you just need to do the same action every time and your body's not supposed to be in pain or not adjust? That's why we have calluses. You have calluses in your body because your body adjusts for pain, so it protects it so it doesn't rip. That's what the callus is. Same thing with the downward something. If you have forward head posture and you're looking down, remember, atmospheric pressure is pushing down. So if it's not pushing on the top of your head because you're not sitting down right, if your head is forward, it's pushing on your neck, which your spine. Your body says you better put tissue there to not injure my spine, and now you got to downwind yourself. Majority of these kids and the teens that are growing up, they're on their phones. They all develop downwind yourselves because they're looking down on their phones or the remote controls. I mean, that's just deep. Like what? Like I can't be the only person walking around thinking like that, dog. Like I'm looking at a downwind yourself, or I'm looking at a chronically short. I look at people's pictures all day, bro. I can rip people all day long. I can tell you exactly how you like. Right now, pause. You're leaning to the left right now. Your head is not on your shoulders, bro. And I'm gonna tell you something. I learned in massage school that if your head's not straight up, no, it's funny. But look, no, it's funny. But until you get real, bro, they say that if your body is not straight up on your spine, you have a low key bacteria or disease that's dormant in your body, bro. That's what they say. That's what it says in those books. It says evaluate someone's head posture. If their head is not straight on their spine, they have an underlying disease or bacteria that they don't even know about, man. So imagine that shit. How am I supposed to tell people that, man? So it's like, either A, you got a bacteria disease that we got to figure out, and you're welcome for telling you because your friends and your family don't give a fuck. Or B, why you keep sleeping on your fucking side, bro?
Mm.
Do you sleep on your side?
Do I sleep on my side?
Master.
Sometimes, yeah. 50-50. Not all the time, but yeah, sometimes I do. Yes, sir. I also have scoliosis of the spine, too, so it's bad for me, and I'm aware of that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, but remember, so whatever side you sleep on, you're chronically tightening that, man. 8 hours a night, every single day. If you sleeping on the side, you see what we're doing here, man? Like, I can't be the only one doing this. I can't be the only one thinking, what is my body doing chronically when I'm not like, you don't have to think of this. This is not something you think about. This is like something that you got tested in kindergarten that you know the sky is blue, man. Like, this is that. This is that. Like, we don't have to. I'm not trying to, like, imagine me being exhausted even trying to talk to you about, like, you're a human and you're on Earth and you don't even know what you're doing here. You want to talk about bills and shit. You want to talk, well, what the fuck? Like, I haven't got time for that shit. Like, bills is something that you placebo that you need to have. Like, you're not put here to pay bills. Like, what do you mean? That's like, we got to go backwards. So my sleep manual, so that's those four that apply. In my guru method, what I added was opposites. Doing the opposite. I challenge you out there, brush your teeth with your opposite arm. Eat soup today with the opposite arm. I had to learn this from breaking my dominant femur and joining the Marine Corps. Everything in the Marine Corps is right-handed. I'm left-handed. I had to eat from right-handed. I had to shoot an RPG right-handed. I had to shoot all the weapons right-handed. And all I thought about was, damn, how your body will do anything to shy away from pain to gain pleasure. So you're not going to tell me you were even trying to do that shit the opposite. I promise you, every time you've written an article in your last 10 years, you wrote with your dominant arm. Prove me wrong.
You're right.
I got facts, bro. I got straight facts. I'll drop it on you, bro. I hope people are held accountable. I hope you feel accountable, that there's somebody out there that if they just so happen to look who you are, look you up, they know. They know, and you're not about to lie to them. You can lie to your friends, your family. You're not about to lie to me. You're not about to lie to me. That's why I take a lot of pride in digging for the research, that if you don't know why, I can enlighten you or help you get to their why. So if you ask me, why is my life all fucked up? I would say, life is not supposed to be fucked up. Go somewhere else. I would draw a globe, and I would say, you're here. Bye. Do you need the $25 for the bus ticket? Yes or no, right now. If you say no, I'll punch you in the, man, you lucky you're not next to me talking like that, because where's your accountability? You're not about to bitch to me and not be held accountable. If you say you need a different life and you're not willing to go right now, do not talk to me, because you got no time. You want to be 50 going? Now you old. No, you about to die in that damn ditch. Like, that's how it works. That's not how it works. So stop. You're not about to convince me of any less energy. I'm not going backwards. I'm not going to feel bad for you. I'm going to say, yo, get in my car. Let's go to Skid Row and let's go feel bad for them. And then you should be smiling now and be happy. That's how I always got over any problems. Any problems. If you think that you're sad, go look up sadder people. If you think you're hungry, go look at hungrier people. You got to shut the fuck up. You got to shut up. You're not about to go up to them and bitch. You might be able to bitch to someone that got more, but you're not about to bitch to someone who got less. That's the thing. You're not about to go up and say, oh, I'm so hungry, motherfucker, you can see his spine. Man, he should punch you in the fucking face. Because you need to be held accountable for yourself, for feeling so, like, you know what I'm saying? You need a self-check. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. Some people need an ass whooping every now and then, bro. Some people need one every now and then. You need an ass whooping, bro. Like, you do. Like, you need to be understand that. You know, you're not invincible. You're not invincible. So imagine, when they say everything affects everybody, it affects me that I don't have more people to help me get people out the system or give to homeless people. That affects me. So yes, everybody it affects me. Everybody's decisions, my decision, it all affects everything, dog. Everything affects every decision that you make or not make. It affects everybody. Everybody, bro. I mean, imagine, even when you want to fly somewhere, you go on a vacation, but you fucking the polar bears in Antarctica. Come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where's the depth here? I walk into a gas station, bro, and they try to ask me if I want plastic bag for my plastic items. I look at them, I say, fuck the sea turtles. 7-Eleven don't give a fuck about sea turtles, man. Where's the accountability? We're not going on strike because of all the plastic at 7-Eleven being sold, are we? You see, man, there's too much, dog. There's 8 billion people, bro. Let's talk about some shit that applies to every person. I don't give a fuck who you are, dog. I don't give a fuck. It applies to you. That's what I like. I'm into that shit. I like that, bro. I like that, bro. I like that. I like people. I like exposing weakness. I like saying, oh, is that how you want? Remember, whether you say you're right or wrong, you're always right. You got a headache? Yes, you do. If you're weak, yes, you are. I ain't here to bitch. God did not put me on this planet to bitch with you and argue. So if you say you're strong, yes, you are. If you're smart, yes, you are. What's the difference? So what the difference is guess what? You chose the wrong words in that dictionary. You get to choose the words. All the words hurt. You don't think I'm hurting and in pain? I got 10 screws, hell yeah. You gonna tell yourself every day? Yes, you are. The fuck? Hell no. I'm not. I don't have no pain to the point where I literally have no pain. I've told myself that 10 years. Every day I have no pain, that I'm in pain. And I have no pain now because I decided to take those words, don't, can't, won't, hurt, tomorrow, no, never, put it in a box, put chains around it, and threw it in the deepest hole on earth, the Marianas Trench. There's no coming back. You don't get to use that again. So if I told you, yeah, you're going to hire me as your trainer, well, you don't get to use those words. No, stop, can't. You don't get to speak those words. In the Marine Corps, they took away I. In boot camp, you couldn't say I. It's not about you no more. If it's about you, other people die. It's about us. It's about the community. So if everybody's supposed to be your brother, your sister, we're all related, we're all connected to Jesus, why the fuck is people so mean to everybody? Why is people not helping everybody? Why aren't we daisy chasing the electricity from neighbors to neighbors? Why are we all paying electricity? I mean, I could go, dude, like that shit's a never ending, dog. It's never ending. Never ending. It's never ending, man. Like we can never not stop finding problems. Ever. Ever, bro. Crazy.
Yeah, one last question for you before I go. What does being human mean to you? Out of everything you said, I want to hear that answer. I'm very curious to hear what that means to you.
Being human to me is understanding that I wasn't made to be put here. So I have to just realize the entity that I am. I live in a body which has an ego, that there's obviously a soul deeper that's driving me to move the vessel. So I just decided to say, you know what, as a human being, if I have to live in this vessel, it doesn't matter if I want to go play basketball. It doesn't matter if I want to be a millionaire. It doesn't matter if I want to be sat in my house. I still have to be inside this body no matter what, and I can't fly. I can't rip my arms into the ground and dig deep tunnels. I can't do that. Like my arms, they'll break. Like they're not sharp fingers, right? Like I have to just deal with what I'm dealing with here. And as a human, all I thought is, man, everybody else, like equality, everybody else has the same body I have. Either they're maybe broken like I am or not broken like I am. But that's what allowed me to not minimalize. That's why I only want to speak human. Because once we go above human, we get to names, social security numbers, credit scores, bank accounts. Like that's above the default. So like I enjoy I help, man. I feel like I run into people who I need to help with as a human being that need this message. That's why that's why when people come in my life, they're like, oh, there's 2 or 3. I am a one-on-one teacher. Everything that I told you today is me and you. Every person that listened, I hope they took this as a one-on-one conversation that I'm speaking to you directly, me and you. That's what I hope as a human being, that I'm looked at as a humanitarian. I truly have a message for the default human beings, bro. So like I'm an underdog, bro. I'm a complete underdog. I go against everything that the mainstream tells you because they want profit. And I give some from my heart, not my pockets. I mean, money doesn't motivate me at all. And we both know money's going to shit, bro. Money's about to be out of here anyway, bro. So I'm so glad and proud that I didn't get pushed or strive from any money, bro, because I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't give my last. I always give my last. I enjoy giving my last. And I enjoy just doing it as silently. I don't need no this, no that, because it's impossible to, my math sergeant said, if you're going to do something, do it because you want to, not because you need a congratulations or a thank you. So, listen, I've gone to several TV shows. I've never had a thank you dinner, not a birthday party, no one called me and said good job, nothing. No one came to my house. No one. We didn't go to no dinners, nothing. I've done amazing, crazy things because I didn't do it because I needed somebody to say good job. I did it because that was my part of my experience, and I want to be an amazing dad to motivate my son. Of course, my son said good job, but he's a child. It wasn't like the adult. Like, I watch people in Ohio when they get a job interview, and their parents is throwing them a fucking party, and I'm like, for a job interview, these motherfuckers getting a whole party? Like, either that's real love, or fucking, I don't know what the fuck that is, bro. I don't get that shit, bro. I never had that. I don't get it, bro. Like, ain't nobody sending me no edible or like, I don't get y'all loved out there. Y'all spoiled. Like, I see a lot of spoiled people, bro. Like, I see a lot of spoiled people, man. Like, my perspective, right? When I say spoiled, because I have chosen to go without, to just because I think all my actions matter to everybody. So if I had a lot, I wouldn't be able to reach the amount of people that I could, bro. So I'm taking that hit. Because guess what? We both know our superstars. We're looked at them like a lot different. You driving around a Bentley and a Bugatti, I look at you a little different. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I look at you a little different. Now, you might not be completely for the people at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be for people, but when you go give to the homeless, you got cameras and shit behind you. You feel me? Like, you're not pulling up in your truck without a head, without tail light, you know what I'm saying, with your last dollar trying to get to the homeless. That's the difference, man. That's the difference. True humanitarian, man. Human means to me humanitarian. And I do believe it's inside of everybody. I believe it's inside of everybody. I believe the people they were around, the things that they were doing, however they grew up, that is what made people think, oh, I need to do this, or I'm gonna try that. Like, and a lot of it's culture, heritage, tradition. Like, my best friend's a truck driver. His dad was a truck driver. His dad's dad was a truck driver. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just trickling down like that. And I didn't have no trickle down. So I'm the start, the cap. I've done the most of my complete bloodline. So I have my son to worry about. Like, so being human to me is making sure that my son, no one could walk up to my son and say, look at your dad. And it's a negative aspect. That's what I take pride in. Because it's all about, because remember, when we die, we're a memory. When we die, we're a memory, man. It don't matter what I do. It doesn't matter. And guess what? Unfortunately, all the greats don't get remembered until they go. I got 40 inventions. I got 20,000, bro. When I die, bro, my son will post a video of me every day in the gym, and it look like I never died, bro. I got that much. I got that many. You saying Lil Wayne said he got 10,000 songs. I got 20,000 videos that I have not posted. That I edited, ready to go. I could post a video every day. You'll never know. I never know. It's crazy, bro. But I did that because I know that, like Einstein, all that stuff got discovered when all them dudes went. They went away, and now all of a sudden people are on that stuff. So I am very well prepared when it's my time. You know what I'm saying? So I wish people, the end message for me is this. I wish you a peaceful death. Because we are going to die one day. We don't know how. We don't know why. Either you're going to be at my funeral, I'm going to be at yours. So whatever happens, I hope that is a peaceful death when it is your time and you do go. Because I don't know about anybody coming from up there or anybody coming from down here. So right now, if you want to get some shit done on Earth, I'm the guy. I'm present now. I don't know what we doing after this, and I hope I ain't come back as a fish or a parrot. I don't care what you want to be. I'm not trying to be resurrected or none of that stuff. I take pride in being able to eat, sleep, feel, do, have right now. I'm not trying to do that shit later in the afterlife. Don't want to do none of that.
Mm-hmm. This was a refreshing interview. Very different from most of them.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely still going to post it. There was a lot of cursing, but I want to see the people's reaction to something that is so raw and different.
Absolutely. Because remember, same thing with Gary Vee. Gary Vee curses every day, and they're like, "Why do you curse, Gary Vee?" And Gary Vee's like, remember, I'm not here to cater to specific.
I know.
Regardless if you like remember when you explain the curse word, even if you drop that, oh, sorry, at the F words or whatever curse words, it's a word that's in the dictionary that I'm trying to communicate to get you to comprehend something. So the F word is very powerful. The F word is not a derogatory word. I was using the F word as power and leverage to explain the importance of something. So that's the intention of the swearing. It's not in a negative way. Remember, we have to choose words for me to be able to try to get you to comprehend what I'm trying to communicate. It's very hard. It's an internal feeling. It's an emotion that I have that I'm trying to explain. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and not everybody's going to comprehend it. You know what I'm saying? So, but guess what? Not everybody needs to. Not everybody should. And some people are not ready to even hold themselves accountable to that level. Like this is accountability. I'm holding you accountable. That you know that regardless if you want to make money, what your name is, what your credit score is, you must know that there's rules that apply to your body on earth. When you get up from a chair, when you get down from a chair, when you get on your sofa, when you make your food at night, when you go to sleep, when you take a shower, when you wash your ass, it applies. It doesn't matter if you like me or not. It doesn't matter. That's the message. So it's like, if you're willing and open, because guess what? There's people out there that are promoting that they want to learn. And, oh, no. This checks you. If you truly want to learn, and you will research this and you will apply this to your life, and your life will get easier. It will get, my push-ups are easier. My jumps are easier. I'm 5'6", touching a rim at 10 foot. Not because no one taught me how to jump. I was like, what is a jump? Oh, a jump is that. So I got to do that harder. Oh, how easy dunking is. Now, I'm not impressed if you're 6 foot dunking. What do you mean? You should be dunking. You should be touching the top of the backboard. If I'm 5'6" and I'm touching the rim, these boys better be touching the top of the backboard when they're jumping. If not, they're they're jumping. And that's, remember, as a therapist, when I train these pro athletes, because I train these pro athletes, and I tell them to stop using your muscles without using your muscles. That's detrimental to your body. What I mean is, I'll give you my sleep manual. If you don't, I think I sent it to you. If you sleep on your stomach and you have your feet flat, you are chronically contracting your calf muscle without contracting your calf muscle. So there it is, mic drop. If you Google why do people have chronically small calves? Sleeping position, stomach. Chronically contracts your calves without contracting your calves means no build. Means that if you're a basketball player or you're an athlete, you got to get off of your stomach. And if you on your stomach, you need to prop up your heels to make your feet flat, to relax your tibialis anterior, which you use to walk. I'm telling you, bro, when I'm 80 years old, when I'm 50, 60, I'll be on PBS as an old man walking around, and it'll be at like midnight, and it'll say, can you not sleep at night? Are you tossing and turning on with your bamboo pillow? Did you just pay $2,500 when Dwayne Wade sold you to buy that mattress? Can you not sleep? Come over here. Let me teach you something. That's it, bro. It's going to be very simple, bro. I'm going for infomercials, bro. Infomercials on just blowing. That's it, bro. It's going to be simple infomercials, bro. My life it's going to be easy. My life is getting easier and easier, bro. Like, now that I know, it doesn't matter what you send me, who you send me, what move, what this. Now a business can pay me $40, and I will go and pull up to your business, and I will give you a 1-page write-up on all the things that you're not educating your employees to do, because they're going home and they're hurt. Do you care about your employees? Because if you do, you would teach them how to pick boxes up. If you're not, if you're watching, like, how can you say you care about employees if you don't know that they're leaving? My best friend's an 18-wheeler driver. He has to go get massages because his body hurts. Why? Because they're not caring about his body being in a chronically tight position. You're locking your psoas muscle. When you're seated down, if you're sitting at a desk for 8 hours, if you're sitting down, you are shortening yourself by 1 inch. You are chronically tightening your psoas muscle. Regardless you like it or not, you are. So, like, do you stretch your psoas muscle? Probably not. Do you know what the psoas muscle is? The psoas muscle is the reason why your top of your body and your bottom of your body is connected. How can someone not know that? You get stuff like, why do you think I care about you going to work, or your frappuccino, or you having problems with, like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, what, like, do you know why you're even able to drink the frappuccino?
He was about to say that. There's 8
Huh?
billion people. He was about to say there's 8 billion people on the planet. that's your go-to now, huh? Like,
There's 8 people in here, you know, saying, like, we
there's 8 billion people on the
yeah, because as a humanitarian, I'm trying to get this information to at least each one of them one time, man. We don't need to talk twice. We need to talk one time. Like, once you know this, you can't unknow it. That's what I believe. Once you see something, you can't unsee it. Once you know, you can't unknow. So once I get this to you, let you say, I've been following you for 5 years. I swear to God, you better not come up to me and tell me you were following me for 5 years and your body is not A1. No way. You better come up to me and say, yo, I don't have scoliosis no more. My sciatica. Oh, yeah, I expect nothing less. Nothing less. I'm not telling you this to hurt you. I'm telling you this that you ain't got a bitch to your mom and dad no more. You ain't gotta bitch to your boyfriend, girlfriend no more. You ain't gotta pay money for a chiropractor. You're not saving money because you're switching to Gyroco. You're saving money because you're switching to Guru. Don't forget that. Like, this is I'm the body guy, bro. Like, I'm the guy I don't need your money. I need you to listen. I need you to apply it yourself, because guess what? The reason why you pay money is because someone's helping you apply that. That's the difference. I'm not helping you, so I won't charge you. Because if I help you, I'm charging you so much money, you don't got it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got enough money for me to actually help you. So I'm going to tell you about it, and if you don't do it, that's on you. That means that no one takes a loss here. I'm not a scammer, and you're still lazy. Simple. Like, it's very simple. Like, it's no like, oh my God, he sold me this. No, because I know you have free will. You get to do whatever you want. I'm not forcing you. I'm not here to argue. So if you say, I don't feel like doing that today, then you don't feel like doing that today. I'm not here to tell you, yes, you do. That's not why we're here. It's 8 billion people. We're not here to dictate what everybody's doing. Right? We're not here saying you doing that, you doing this, you're doing that. What are you talking about? No, we all decide that we're going to do what we want, what we consider is the right truth or not truth. Some people just wake up and they just want to be grimy. They want to be bad people. Like, we don't, right? But guess what? We put those people here. I need haters. I'm not going to work as hard as I'm going to work without the haters. I need people. The minute that I get a hate, I do something amazing. I think in my lowest positions in my life is when I did all of my shows. Like, right now, I just broke my own world record in Milan. I was sleeping in my car when I got that email. So, like, I'm sleeping in my car thinking, man, I had to leave that. I didn't have to leave. I forced myself to leave, to force myself to put pressure, to force myself to get this place. So I said, I'm leaving. I'm going to sleep in my car. Because when I sleep in my car, it's going to make me do different things. It's going to make me be motivated to get a place. If you're in a place, you don't got to get a place. If you got a job, you don't got to move a job. So I tell you, why are you in that job? Because remember, you don't have time. So you're not supposed to be working for that long at that job. You just go, you learn, you do something else. You go, you learn, you do something else. And people are like, well, I don't have any experience. You didn't have experience when you first got that job. Let's not go there. We always start there. You say, like, so it's like, oh man, like I have a very, very simple way, man, to like not argue with people. I just break it down backwards. I go backwards. That says what put you in this situation. And I'll always blame them. It's always your fault. It is never my fault. I'll never take fault for people's stuff. I'll ever feel faulty. Like, I'm never like, damn. Even though, because you know why? The reason why is because I have gone live every single day on IG. I have created my books. I have the only sleep manual in the world that I give away. So if you tell me you have sleep problem and I give you the information, I sleep good at night. I sleep great at night. I hope that you're reading it. I think that you're applying it. I'm like, holy shit, all these people are sleeping great. If I'm sleeping good, I don't have to sleep good thinking, man, everybody don't know shit. No. I've eliminated that. That's why I'm a true humanitarian, because I don't have to tell people that. I don't have to enlighten people, because the mattresses are not, the pillows are not. I've watched the Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union commercial every day on this basketball of them talking about this mattress, man. And the position that they're in is a chronically tightening psoas position. Like, I hope that people are not in that position that they're in the bed, that they're in the bed in the wrong position, like in a position that chronically tightens and shortens people's bodies. And I guess we're all just supposed to watch the commercial and just supposed to just go by the bed or something. No, man, I'm right in the bed, bro. I'm white. I write letters, bro. I'm like, yo, I need to talk to somebody, bro. I'm not playing this shit. Like, nope, this is not okay. Who the fuck puts this on? Where is the CEO? Where is the boss? Like, y'all not about to. And guess what? I've absolutely blackballed myself. I'm a black sheep. I'm a whistleblower. I hold people accountable. I hold people accountable. Like, you can only lie to someone who doesn't know the truth, man. That's it.
Well, listen. I wanted to ask you, where can people find you? I'm going to bring the interview to a close, but I am going to post it within the next 24 hours for people to be able to discover what you have to present and a perspective that is not heard commonly, that I feel like would be refreshing for people to hear in a whole different language, because we're all human at the end of the day. We just have different approaches to life. So please tell people.
Absolutely. And I do apologize for my language. I am a Marine, you know, I'm fair but firm, but I guess they definitely brainwash you in the military that the F word is like that. That's the go-to for the military. But I do appreciate your time, man. I thank you. And if you can't find me on my website, I have a website, www.thebalanceguru.com. It's very simple. I made it easy a long time ago to find me on, before everything blew up. The Balance Guru on everything: Snapchat, Anchor, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of those sites, Snapchat, all that. I am primarily on Instagram though, so if you do need any information or any further information or just want to talk, I'm a peer mentor for a lot of veterans out there, especially if you're a veteran. Let's just chop it up. Write me in the DM. I have 100% success rate on. I've written every single person who's ever written me. So I do take pride in being attentive and having the time for people to help. Because I mean, I believe true therapists should. I believe there should be more therapists going live every single day. Because how are you know what I'm saying? How are they going to say that people aren't going to go in and ask them a question for therapy? They are. So I do take a lot of pride in being present. And I'm not going anywhere. So I'm 33, and you will see me till the end of it. I train your top athletes. I mean, I can go on. I'm not gonna name drop a bunch of athletes because that's not. It's confidential. But I train the majority of the athletes that you're watching on the national television show. I train some football players, MMA, boxing, all that. So, and those caliber people expect high caliber information. And the wordplay, I'm only using the wordplay because I believe that, you know, people are sensitive. You know, we've gone to a very sensitive, and yeah, no, I'm not a misogynistic Andrew Tate, but no, it's not about that. It's fair but firm, and the language is not going to change the fact of the information that was said. Like, that's it. Like, it doesn't, I'm trying to figure out ways to communicate to get people to comprehend. And this information it's not an argument information. So it needs to be pretty direct. Like, it's almost like you can't say this any other way than force it, because if this rubs off the wrong way, you're gonna go the rest of your life with you. It applies to you. You don't get to get around this. There's no shortcut to this. You don't get around it. So I don't know why people wouldn't want information that applies to them no matter what. You get to make more money. You get to be healthier when you apply these. And you don't remember, it's synapses. It's a fast thought. You don't say, I'm about to shoot bicep, tricep. No, that's all. It's easier because it's effective because you've already connected the mind and the body. Imagine going years of that. It takes a while. And I have people hit me up all the time and they say, oh, I caught myself the other day. Absolutely. That's what matters. It's not going to be immediately. It's very uncomfortable catching your chronic patterns. It hurts. It's not easy to stretch. That's why people don't do it all the time. It's not comfortable. Like but what is? Anything amazing is not easy. It's not comfortable, right? So I appreciate you. Peace, love, and chicken grease. And if you do need anything else, you know where to find me.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I'm going to take a look at your sleep manual, and I will speak with you. I'll continue to follow you. Thank you for following us, and
Absolutely.
I hope to see you once again. Hopefully for a campfire session. It would definitely be great to have you on one of those. We'll be releasing that in the future if you're interested.
Yeah, I love that. That's how I found you guys. I found you through the campfire session, and that was cool, man. I liked that. That was amazing. I think more people need to do that, man. More people definitely need to do that.
Well, what did you say earlier though? It was interesting that you said earlier. Like, a lot of people, there was a guy who made the chair. There's a lot of people who made different chairs, right? We're not all meant to do the same thing, you know? And I'm not saying that there shouldn't be another person that does what I'm doing, but I feel like I'm coming forth with an original project that comes from my mind.
That's all linked up. How I can help you get it out. That's because, like, imagine how long we lacked. But I can imagine, like, a veteran, like the campfire thing with veterans, bro. I mean, remember, everything that we do, even those stories affected me. Like, I was listening to those stories, I watched it, and I saw you, and I was like, damn, okay, like, I mean, this guy, man, this is cool. This is cool, because, I mean, imagine even at my caliber, when they say it's lonely at the top, it's not lonely because there's a lot of chatter up here. But man, we don't get to really, like, sit down and, like, just chop it up with normal people anymore, because the society has an expectation at certain levels that it's just all branding at that point. You know, it's like it crosses the business and the personal line, and it's like it sucks. That's why there's not a bunch of holistic healers, like, at the top, because, like, they don't want us to get, when we come together like that, it's a very powerful session. Instead of one person standing on a stage in front of 80 people, it's like, all right, man, how come people are asleep, man?
Yeah, that's why I don't like thought leaders, you know. It's nothing, I don't go against any, you know, the guys who are on YouTube doing their thing, no offense. But from what I've seen, it doesn't come with a lot of backing. It doesn't come with a lot of reality to it, in my opinion. And then people bring up these people to me as to why I won't have them on my platform. And one of the reasons is because I think that the everyday man and woman has something to say, in my opinion, that's
Absolutely.
more valuable because they're on
Yes.
the ground level and actually dealing with each other and dealing with their own perspectives and, you know, what they got going on. Like what you just brought to the table, man.
Yeah.
Like I
So
said, it was,
imagine. So
I'm
imagine
gonna,
even.
I'm going to admit, I'm going to have to put a disclaimer at the bottom of the interview. It's fine. I'm going to have to because I know some people that watch this are not used to your perspective. But I think it's something that I wanted to stay up. Not that I think I wanted to stay up because I want people to be like, wow, like this is totally different from any other interview I've seen. You know, totally different from.
Absolutely, I do believe, and if of course if it gets to the point, remember you can always send me the video and I can clip. I edit for a living, bro. I edit the shit out of this. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Like I'll edit every single thing
no,
out
no,
of the
no,
stage if
no.
you need to.
There's no editing on our platform. I don't allow that.
Yeah,
I
see,
only allow for the raw
that's
video.
amazing, man. That's cool. That's cool. That's amazing. That's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk soon, and I appreciate it, man. And yeah, man, let's however I can help you get your idea out, because imagine the information that I have, all the people that you interview, imagine when they're sitting down, just the awareness, man. It's the awareness. Like imagine if I go in there, instead of me being able, I can't individually, I could individually every time say, hey, position number one, yo, your left arm, I mean, you get, but it's like if people have their own perspective of it, then I think that's just as beautiful as me being the martyr, like, hello, by the way, hello, by the way, hello. It's like if it applies to you, like if you know it, then I don't know. I think people should have the opportunity to be able to know that information. That's what it comes out. You don't have to apply it, but you need to
Are
know
you
it.
open to doing like a presentation during a campfire session?
Absolutely. I will make an official presentation, and and obviously I will work on the curse words. Because we always working on something. Now that we
Please.
always working on something. You gotta remember, I just got a job at my son's middle school, man, as an elementary school teacher, and we both know, bro, that the cursing's got to go 100%. Like I can't
Yeah.
go to that elementary school swearing, bro. Like nah. I'm just comfortable in this situation that I'm releasing something that I needed to release. That like I am so like adamant and behind. I don't care. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how or when or where, or I don't know how to explain this enough. I don't know how I should have screamed this whole entire thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'll figure out how to deliver this the way it needs to. But this is what I'm taking to the end of my life. I'm dying with this. Like I'm
Mm.
not doing anything else. I'm not doing anything else. Every conversation that I have on a stage, it will be about proprioception, atmospheric pressure, kinetic chain, and fulcrum. That's it. That's all I care about. Because why? Everybody in the room, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing after here. I don't know how sad you are, how happy you are, but it doesn't matter about all that stuff. This applies. And that's what I'm going with the rest of my life, man. And my humanitarian award will come from my sleep manual, which will probably get me off by the Illuminati or some shit, because that'll break people. Man, every doctor, chiropractor, physical therapist, bro, if they don't want to tell you how to help your spine, it's because they want your money. And if they want your money, they don't want people telling people to not spend money. That's the moral of the story deep down, man.
This was, ooh.
It's
God.
deep, bro.
Talk to you later. We'll speak to you later. Work on the curse words for me so we can get you on camp like sessions for
Yeah.
presentation.
All right, bro.
All right, well, peace.